Hello folks and welcome back to Roller Coaster Tycoon. We are here in our expert parks on Loopy Landscapes. Roller Coaster Tycoon's hovering out there. I'm excited because I love Roller Coaster Tycoon. It is just probably the best video game ever built, in my opinion. But we're still here in the original, the second expansion of that original, called Tiny Towers. In this tiny park, you must finish building 5 existing coasters. We have to build all 5 in the park. And they have to have accept range of 6.4. I have zero memory of this one, but I am significantly worried. So let's take a look and see. Oh God. Oh, and we have cash money. Oh God. This is gonna suck. All right. So we have the 5 coasters. Let's see. We have a wooden coaster. We have, what is this? A twister. We're gonna invert it. Okay. That's a dive coaster or whatever they call it. What's this guy? A corkscrew. Okay. So that's a selection of rides that we're going to need to deal with here. And I'm not able to do any construction on them, correct? So like, can I delete that lift hill? No. Okay. Or hold on, it's because the game paused. No, I can't even do that. Okay. Because what I was going to do is I was going to be cheap and just make this a shuttle loop and be done with that one. But clearly, Chris Sawyer and friends have dealt with that situation, so that's not going to be a possibility. What we're going to need to do first here, I think, is build some money makers, or at least something that can make us some cash. So I'm going to level this land a little bit, not necessarily because I want to. I think it's just going to make it easier to do some of the things I want to do here to do this. And I know I'm spending far too much money to do that, but there is a method to the madness. So there's no transportation rides. Shocking, I know. We have, it's not a bad selection of flat rides. We don't need any coasters, but there's the 5 that we have. Thrill rides are okay. I really want an Enterprise or a launch tower thing, whatever it's called. And we have a River Rapids ride. It's actually a really solid ride for this because we can fit it in pretty much anywhere. And then we have a decent selection of food and stuff as well. All right. So I think I'm going to, well, let's do research as well here. I don't need any research really. I just want, this is the only thing I want is that. I'm going to leave it at normal funding, which I don't normally do. But for this one, I feel like I might need to. All right. So let's unpause that. Put that there and that there. And these are all rides that will eventually, I think, fade away. But we need to have an income source before we can really do anything else. So I want to make sure we have that as an option here. And then we'll go in and do whatever it is we might want to do. And I think that, like, this is all I'm doing. I'm going to do just this. And we're going to hope, dream, and pray that it works for what we're doing. All right. I'm going to pause real fast here while I paint things different colors to see what I like. That's not bad. That one's worse. Oh, that's terrible. No, I like that little like aqua green. What is it? Deep water. It's cool. Can we put deep water? Let's reverse them and just see what it looks like. Yeah, that's fine. And then our bumper cars. I really like just having the white post go up. I think it looks nice. The rest of it, I don't care about the color of. I do like to make them match though, because I think it looks semi more realistic. But that's just personal preference. All right, so we're going to unpause this. I'm going to build this line through here. There we are. Okay. Then I will build the line for the said new rides that we have. And I don't want to go too crazy because I want to have room for all of the things. And what I mean by that is just a restroom. Put a drink stall on that side. We'll put a pizza stall on that side. And then we'll throw in that there. All right, I'm going to pause again just to adjust pricing. Make sure we have all of these things where I want them to be. And we're going to need to charge a lot of money for some of these things because we have a lot of coasters to fill out. And I don't know how much budget we have to work with yet, so I should probably check that too. But we need to get going here. Like that right now is not a lot of space for guests to walk around and do stuff with, but it's enough that we can get started. Now we have to figure out what we're going to do as our first initial ride. And I'm thinking the wood coaster is going to be the easiest one. I want to have it just do lift till here, just do out and back. Should be really easy to do what it's asking for. I just need to see, okay, the station comes in over here. That's going to be interesting. This pathway here is nonsensical. We're going to get rid of that. Entryway here, a little nonsensical. We'll probably get rid of that too. But let's go ahead and start our construction on this bad boy. So our park's not open either. I should probably do that. I should also hire some handymen and women while I'm waiting and make sure they're all on parts of the path that make sense. And then we'll open up our most basic rides. Okay. So what I'm going to do is something like that. And I think this is already too much for this park, but I'm going to go with it. Do I just want to... I think I'm just going to have it swoop down and, you know, do its thing here. Now, this is already breaking what I wanted to do, where I wanted to have an out and back coaster, but I think this might work out. So we're going to try and see what we get here. And I never really have a solid plan of what I want to do when I come into a park. I just kind of do stuff and hope that it works out. And we'll see how this one goes. I'm not super hopeful right now, but we'll find out. I mean, the worst thing that happens is I just have to delete the ride, and I wasted a bunch of money on terraforming some land, but that's okay. I've done worse. So we're gonna go in here. So we'll do that. Pop that down like that. And again, I'm not trying to get super complicated, but what I'm trying to do is keep this coaster low. That's why I backed out of the plan of that I originally wanted to go up here, turn it, and then have it go out and back. While it would have taken up a lot less space, it also would have increased the height a bit, so I have less room to work with other things. And some of these other coasters I can build up high and not have it be too big of a deal. So my plan right now is just to try to keep these as low as possible, and then from there, maybe... just maybe we'll be able to move forward here. All right, so got all of that going. And let's see, the height of the station's at -20, so we still have a little bit of space to work with here. There we go, and I'm gonna miss by one little spot there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna throw an all right photo section, then I can drop and turn it, and I think that will work just fine. We'll find out, I guess. Here we go. Come down to 20. Flatten that part out there. Man, we have a lot of guests in this park already, somehow. Okay, I can work with that. So that's gonna come there. We'll throw our block break. I'm gonna keep that as a relatively quick block break, mainly because we need to have something going on here that's gonna... I think this will work. All right, so that's gonna increase the excitement capacity by 4%. We will make sure it is a quick lift hill. I don't know if it's gonna fit what we need it to, but we also can pump it up with other coasters and other rides that are going to mix into this. I just want to see what this does, and I think it's going to be pretty slow. Like, it's going to be a slow coaster. There's nothing we do against that with the height that we have here. Just hopefully the tunnels are going to help out a bunch, and we can put trees and other stuff around there. Hopefully that will make it work. All right. The little 13 mile an hour there helps a lot. Let's see what we got. Because I'm honestly curious. I think it's going to be in the 5 range. Oh, That's a killer. I thought very wrong. It was a medium excitement. Okay, so we wasted a whole bunch of money here, but again, I like to do stuff like that. Even though I wasted a ton of cash in trying to figure that out, I'm okay with that as long as it leads to other results down the road here, which we will get in a moment. So we're not going to do that. We'll do that instead. Okay. No, I kind of like that this is forced my hand in trying to design this coaster to be just a little different than what I probably would have designed it otherwise. So I want that to stay, yeah, like that. Okay. This is the only part I'm struggling with right now, is just trying to wrap this bad boy up. All right, I think we have a plan here. So I'm gonna do that. That. There we go. Okay. All right, and then we're just gonna do some dipsy-doos. I didn't even look at my loan amounts of what we can do, but I think we'll be okay. I really, really want to do that. All right, so do that. Do that. And we're going to have this basically the same finish. I didn't need to really remove any of the stuff I had there before, so that's something. Then we'll throw brakes on the rest of this. Nope, up. Hit the wrong thing. All right, brakes. And is there a spot for an on-ride photo that like a clear one that I missed? Like I might just throw it back here, because we need to maximize our cash out of this one. All right, let's test that and see what it does. I borrowed too much money. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of people in this park right now. I also need to see where the stations are and all that for that. So that guy's coming there. Exit's coming out of there. Okay. Okay, we can make this work. So we'll do something along those lines, I think. Oh, we can't even go that far? Bummer. All right, we got that. We have 1, 2, 3 spacing there. Good. Let's see what we got. There we go. All right. So we're going to call this Splinter, I guess. Well, not Splinter. Why? Because that's what I want to do. It is 1 minute and 4 seconds. So the maximum hold time is going to be like 28. The minimum is going to be like 24. It is going to be not free. That's going to be $3, and this is going to be more like 10. We need to make some cash. All right. So let me just paint these real fast. Get them closer to where I want to be. There we go. We got a motion simulator. Heck yeah. For when you're dealing with small parks like this, that's a great ride. A 2x2 ride that you don't have to build literally anything extra for. Heck yeah. All right. $2 is great. I'll wait for a full load. And it's going to fit right in there. Open that bad boy up. So 1, 2, 3, boom. All right, and then we already have the built-in line for this next one. It's right there. I don't know where the exit for. Oh, the exit's right there. Okay. Oh no, the exit for that one's there. This guy. Oh, it goes down that way. Okay, but we can fix that. This pathway is terrible, and it's not going to work for what we already have built. So we're going to do that. I'll concede the one spot there. That's all I'll concede. Maybe not. Maybe I won't concede that. This is my biggest challenge with Roller Coaster Tycoon, when you have parks like this where it's just a hot mess of things. All right, but that one, nobody needs to go up there. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, we have to open this. My goodness. I don't know why I didn't open it. Okay. Now, we should have a bunch of people flooding into that ride and be good to go. Next question is, do we want to build this guy next? Also, we have to have enough speed for it to jump up there, which sucks. This guy here needs to be built largely over top of this. This guy needs to be built over here. This guy needs to exist back there. And then this guy needs to exist in this area and, well, be just fine. The thing I really dislike about this park is it doesn't give you really space for actual brakes for a lot of these rides. Like this one, we have actual brakes. This one, not really, because it has the upward slope. This one, we do have space for extra brakes. And then this guy, most definitely not, because there's this big, ridiculous thing coming up from it. But let's speed the game up a little bit here. We don't have a time limit, I don't believe. Let me just double check that. No, we just need to have one with 6.4 ratings, and we'll be good to go. Luckily, a ride like this, that's going to be pretty easy to get. This guy should be pretty easy to get. Our biggest challenge is probably Corkscrew Coaster, honestly. And we'll address that here real soon. But we have 200 and something guests in this park, which is a ridiculous number. And we are making profit, which is wonderful. We would have had like probably another few $100s in our pocket if we didn't spend our time doing all this mess, but that's okay. Live and learn. All right, what ride did we get? Top spin, what was the other? We had an award and bumper cars being broken. Okay. Slow the game back down. I want to hire a couple more handymen and another mechanic. Four, 5, roller coaster 1. Okay. I think this is going to be the next one I want to build, mainly because it's relatively inexpensive compared to what we had otherwise. And we're going to try to build it essentially over top of this one. So I'm going to do something like that. And if I can, I'm just going to make this relatively out and back as well. What's my max? 24, okay. I'm going to put a brake section in there, not because I don't think it needs it, but I want to have one just in case, and I can adjust that as necessary. On-ride photo section, sure. Come in there like so. And then I'm going to kind of mirror this ride as far as its actions. And then we just need to bring it home. So it's going to, again, it's going to mirror this other one really closely. Boom, 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 boom. And that should be more than enough for that. Oh, we're running into some money issues. That's my biggest concern right now. Running out of cash for all this stuff. So let's see. We'll turn that in there. And right now, this is a race home. That's all we're trying to do. And that should wrap us up for the most part, I believe, here. Alright, I'm going to borrow our last 1,000, which is against every instinct I have right now. But I have to. Alright, let's see. How can I better serve this particular spot? Alright, that should... I think that's going to work. I have way too many things open right now that my brain cannot process, so we're going to test this out. We got 2 trains. I don't think we need to have a super fast lift hill. We'll test and find out. Decent enough speed there, and decent enough speed there. Come on, baby. I don't think we got it, but we're not far off. What? Oh, this is 6.4, right? Okay. when we build in the other coasters, we'll be fine. I think we have that one. I'm not going to do too much. I could throw some trees and stuff in there, but I'm not too worried about that right now. Let's just take a look and see. This can be a $9 coaster. That's fine. I don't care about the money because this guy down here is 10 bucks, right? Yeah, and it's making us quite a bit of money. All right, and this guy's stats, 1:20, so maximum wait time is going to be like 36. Minimum wait time is going to be like 29. We're just going to call it corkscrew. I hate the color of this one. I'm going to make it white and silver with black trains. Silver there, and then all the restraints are always yellow, so we'll do that. All right. Now, we do have a line, 3, 4, 5. We do have a line going somewhere on this one, don't we? Ooh, did I get rid of that line? I think I did. Or can I please tell me that I can cross over that spot? Oh, yes. Whew. For a second there, I didn't think I'd be able to do that, and that would have been a very big problem. Now I just gotta figure out how to get it back home. Oh, this game. Alright, we can bring it over to this pathway, I think. Yeah, that's going to be what we have to do. Okay, so down, down. Alright, that works. I'm cool with that. Throw this right over there like so. And corkscrew is open for business. One, 2, and 3. And then one there. We need some more restrooms, some basic amenity things, but that's not too big a deal to knock out here. I'm hoping I can get a bathroom down underneath of that. Yes! Because then I can throw that there. And can I get a restroom underneath that? I can. Beautiful. I know there's one right there, but again, I'm just trying to spread things out a little bit. Is anybody on that train? Nope, not yet, but the first one with people going out is there, and it's not fully loaded up, but it's pretty close. And I suppose the only coaster that doesn't go to one of our lines here is this guy. So we're going to fix that right now, I guess. Mainly for our maintenance guys, that they can go in and inspect said coasters. This one is going somewhere random. They're just going to drop it down underneath. This guy. This yellow one already goes down somewhere, right? Goes down to there. Okay. So now it's a little bit of time to pay back some loans. So we're going to speed the game up here just to help us out with that. And we're starting to get a line for corkscrew. It cycles pretty quick. But we're getting there. We got a roto drop. Beautiful. I'm going to wait for the launch free fall, and then I'm going to turn off that whole part of the game because we don't need it. What we do need to do is continue to pay back loan. And how long is our lines? 5 minutes? Beautiful. makes $20,000 an hour. It's fantastic. 3-minute lines making $26,000. Heck yeah. And somehow we have almost 500 people in this park. That doesn't deserve to exist. Like, what is this? I think I've used up a little bit too much space, but the dive coaster, I think I can fit some space in there. And this bad boy, I think I can fit some space in there. But we're doing good. Corkscrew just needs a few little odds and ends, and it'll be where it needs to be. We're in, we just switched over to September year 1. So I think we're doing pretty good. We're basically 2/5 of the way there without really having to do too much so far. And I'm just throwing in random stuff right now just to see if we can bump that up. We did. Not much, but we bumped it a little. I'll slow the game back down because we're getting lots of notifications and I have not read any of them. Although one of our big money makers is down, which is a giant bummer. All right, I think that would have been enough to bump it over. Yep. Okay. And let's go take a look at all of the messages that we had there. Corkscrew has no path leading from its exit. What is it? Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, I'm so bad at this game sometimes. All right, let's see what we can do here. So we got that. All right, that one's not too bad. There we are. See, it all just looks better and works better together. So we've paid back a good bit of that loan. We have $10,000 worth of wiggle room now, which unfortunately our 3 most expensive coasters to build are still in front of us. We got Enterprise. Heck yeah. I don't think we have space to put that right now, but I want that. And these rides should be also making us a little bit of money, like $1,000 an hour for that, $1,000 an hour for that, and $1,000 an hour for that. Fantastic. So those 3 little rides make us $3 grand an hour. It's not a ton of money, but they also take up like no space. So I'm good with that outcome. All right. So the next one that I want to build, I think, is this one or this one. I really should build this next, I think. All right, so I'm going to do the curved lift hill thing. I really don't like doing that. I apologize, but it's just, it doesn't really give you a lot of options on this one of like to make them the way that you would want to make them. All right, let's borrow some cash and build a coaster and see what we can come up with here. So we'll do that. Nope, that's not down far enough. Okay. That looks better. Oh, it's just the land that's in the way, not the coaster. Fantastic. I thought it was the coaster. There we go. So throw all right photo section there. Pop up. Can I get 2? I don't think I can. Nope. Can I do an inline twist there? Just be stupid? I can be stupid. I love being able to be stupid. Yes. All right, so we're going to have that turn out that way. It's in the way. Roller coaster 4. Yeah, this is where I get jammed up on this game because it's hard to see where you're at with everything. I'll do that. All right, negative 15 there. Throw block breaks towards the end here. I like these faster block breaks. I don't know why I've never thought of that before. Well, I don't think block breaks were an option to edit the speed of them before. But I very much like being able to do it. Alright, so we just need to lower our land heights here by a touch, I believe. There we go. I can even have that come up. Oh, off by 1. Darn it. There we go. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm going to test it. And in honor of Six Flags America, we hardly knew ye. This one's going to be called Firebird. I actually don't know if it's going to clear this too fast, and this area here I'm deeply concerned about, but we'll find out. Here we go. Oh, it's not bad. Okay, that's fine. All right, I'm not as concerned as I should have been, or what I thought I was there. We're good there. We got this nice little turn, and then hits the brakes. Fantastic. If this... Oh, God. I keep building them right on the edge, but it's fine. We'll deal with that. How long of a ride is this? 1 minute and 7 seconds. So we're going to do every, like, 28 to 24. That should all work just nicely. And then we should be able to build a semi-decent line here. Alright, so that wasted a whole bunch of money, but it makes me happy, so I'm going to keep that as it is. There we go. There we go. And now we can open that up. And see, we got our first people going on there, and I bet you there's already people who say they can't afford it. Yeah. How much money you got, my friend? 50 cents? Sorry, dude, you can't afford anything in this park. You can get a park map. I think that's about it. I think I'm gonna add a little food area back here too. If I can, because we're not gonna get any flat rides in there. And we're gonna definitely need more in the way of all that stuff here. Alright, get that. You there. No, I'm not gonna throw another bathroom in. Okay. There we go. See, just a little addition of the little pathing did the work there. This one's right where we need it to be, and this bad boy should be well above where we need it to be. Okay. We have 2 rides left to go, folks. This guy I'm a little concerned about. This one has tons of space to work in. Right now we just need cash. So we're gonna speed the game up a little more here and see what we get. But I'm feeling a lot better than what I was just a little bit ago. I don't like being confident when I think I have something, because it means I missed something. But I think we'll be okay. This guy is concerned here, so it's gonna have to come back up and around, because we have this pathway here. It's gonna come up and around that way, which is more likely if I can kind of figure out how to do that. Yeah, see, like, we can't do that, so slow the game down a bit. That's just gonna come in there like so. Let's see here. I'm just going to bring it down this way. There we go. No, it's ridiculous, but that's kind of stuff you need to do on weird parks like this where it just doesn't work any other way. There we go. But now I should be able, I think this is what I'll be able to do. Come up through there, and I have a nice straight shot for a long ways. Okay, that's awesome. Let's speed the game back up, see what we can do income-wise. We're hovering around $4,000 a month, which means we're gonna be in here for another 4 or 5 months to be able to afford these coasters, or more. So hopefully we can pay all this back real fast. And we're staying at that 500 guest area. We haven't really added anything of value much. I mean, we added this coaster back here, but we haven't really added too much else to it. And yeah, there's no way to get more money, so they're kind of pricing themselves out of everything here, but that's okay. But all 5 coasters now are attached exit-wise and entryway. This one's the only one that's not attached. All right, this one back here, we paid back the 14 was the loan, and then we started taking money out. I would like to get to that point roughly. See, their income has gone up just a touch. Like, there's a slow increase here. It's nothing massive, but there is a slow increase. But I'm gonna do free rides, and we're gonna put that on Firebird. RIP probably by this point. Well, no, it's July, but it's not long for this world. Park is closing November 2nd, I believe. I'm sorry, I'm upset. It's my home park. If you haven't heard the news that came out several months ago, Six Flags America is closing forever on November 1st. So that sucks, because it's my home park. And now my next home park is either Hershey Park or King's Dominion, which are not very close. They are more than double the length of time away from what my current home park is. So that sucks, but nothing I can do against corporate greed. And by corporate greed, I mean against a park that's been neglected for far, far, far too long. And it finally caught up with it. All right, so we got all of that. I'm going to slow the game down here a little bit. We're well within our window of money and all of that. 70 is our height that we're dealing with. So So let's see, I can turn that and then flat. Nope, 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 nope. So I'll throw on-ride photo there. Go up, turn, flatten out. Fantastic, that's what I was looking for. And now I just want it to be like the most ridiculous coaster if I can do it. I want it to just be a wild ride inside and out at this point. All right, now we're gonna start dealing with some cash issues. So we'll take out a nice little loan to help us out. These are expensive rides to build, so I'm not super worried about pulling out a ton of cash right now. Just a little concerned because it's always a little intimidating to do that. So what I'm thinking here is if I can line it up there, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, now we have that in the way. It has to go up in that spot, but it's not going to work. Okay. Oh, I'm only off by one? Heck yeah, I can fix that. Now, what I'm doing right now is I have this spot here that I could flatten out if we need to. And the reason why I want to do that is I need enough booster to make sure I can get back up to this spot. I think we're okay, but I don't know that we're okay. So I have to put on a little spot there. Now, if I remove one and add on another train, nope. Okay, so it's going to be one train. Cool. Lift till is moving so that we can get the train going through everything, and we'll see what it does. I actually don't know if it's going to work or not. I like the drop. I like how it's a twist in with all that. I love this part. I don't know about this and the ending. It's a short coaster, which I'm a little concerned about, but I love the kind of look of it here. It's going to rocket through this loop, isn't it? Oh no, it's going to be... Oh boy. Let's see. And then it rockets up into there. Cool. There we go. And if it's the roll here, I don't... What do we... Golden something. Golden monkey. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So $9. We'll open that bad boy up. All we're doing is waiting for a full load. After 60 seconds, it can go. And we already have people in line for it. Fantastic. And it didn't cost us all that much money, honestly. So we're back down to $15,000 for our loan. This one is at 6.41. This one's at 6.6. This bad boy is at 7.6. Heck yeah. And then this bad boy here is at 6.53. So we just need to get this coaster here built to spec and get it out to that group of, I don't know, what do we call it? The 6.4 club. And then we'll have it ready to go. So I'm going to take out the max loan because we've proven that we can make money. Even when we spend money on coasters, we're still making money. So I'll figure out what all that is. I'll put on the holding brake before the drop. throw on a set of block brakes there. What I really want to do is fit through that area there, but Firebird is in the way. Okay. So we won't be doing that. So we're coming from 60, so we can at least pop up one spot there. Or I can have it jump up like that, sure. And then we'll fit into this area. So do that. And this came in at -5. Oh, okay. No, we can make this work. It's just going to go there. And this is going to close. And it's going to go there. Right exit, bumper car exit, okay. I like the idea, we just need to fine tune it a bit here, so. We'll do that. Alright, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to get this one to wrap up. So I'm going to put in another block brake section here. And the whole point of this is just to try to maximize a few of the cars, because right now we don't get a lot. And then we just need to... Well, can I just do a flat? No. Okay. I'm off by 1 there. Okay, I think I can fix that problem. Come on, game. Let me just build what I want. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. And let's see. Building backwards is one of my favorite things to do, even though I'm not very good at it. I really do love trying to build backwards in this game. Alright, so then I gotta throw block brake section there. And then we can test and see what this thing does. I don't actually know if it's going to complete the circuits or not. We're only going to be able to do 2 trains, I think. But let's see what we can do. What a mess of just things. My goodness. I wish they like just gave you stations and you had to build stuff, but some of the starts of the track really make it much more difficult, which I guess is part of the fun, but I also just want to play and not have to fight the game to win it. Alright, so it's going to slow down, not that much, and then it will come into the station. There probably should be another break there, but whatever. We did it. There it is, folks. My goodness. That was a hot mess of stuff. The only thing I want to check, did I ever get my drop tower thing? I did, thank God. Okay. So, folks, that's going to wrap this one up. This was called, what, Tiny Park? Tiny Towers. My goodness. Not my beloved mouse towers, but Tiny Towers. And you can see we have Spagetti as a mess. But thank you so much for joining me. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.